What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Santana Fangs, and I am here with my boy,
Rosilla.
And we are Houston's own mafioso. We are here for you. We are your voice. We have the same voice. You are us, and we are you. And we are a part of the community. So, today, let's just jump straight into it. Testing. The kids are testing. Just make sure they get, when is the test date?
On the 25th to the 5th or something like that.
So Fort Bend, I think they're retesting. If you needed to take a retest, it's the 5th through the 12th. So that would be this week through next week. That's only if they need to retest. So make sure your babies get some sleep. Get them some good in their stomach. They're gonna be in the same classroom all day.
Study. Focus, kids. Let's get it together.
It's over. When the test is over, it's over. Just knock the test out, and it's over.
Easy done. Just try your hard, please.
You don't think children try their hardest?
Some of them not. Some of them might be playing. So let's just try your hardest.
I think a lot of kids are like, man, if that test, they need to give these tests in the beginning of the year where kids have all their vigor. But they wait for them to get tired and fed up with the teachers and the school food, and I just think they want to get it over with.
I'm gonna say, just don't get distracted.
There's nothing to distract them. They're in the same classroom. They cannot move from one desk.
Yeah, other kids be distracting other kids, so you just gotta stay focused. So now we also got the sports coming on. We got the Lakers against the Warriors playing as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on the Lakers. I'm gonna put my money on the Lakers. If I were a betting person, which I am not, I do not gamble.
This is going to be a great series, I should say. They're both doing good right now. They both got a great team, so, I'm right. You see what's on my head right here.
I mean...
Hey.
I mean, I'm still messed up about the Suns, you know what I'm saying? Last week? Last week.
Just one game, though. They still got 7 more games.
But I'm saying, though,
6 more games.
Like, what's up? KD?
But he said he's coming back, though. He's coming back, so hey.
Shout out Kevin Durant. Hey, I've always been a fan.
Let's go. You just got to clean your hair, boy. Clean and nappy hair, boy.
So,
hey.
I mean, we'll see. So, the next time the Suns play, I said it here first. The Suns is on their way to a serious comeback. Okay, Phoenix.
I believe so. So, today, our topic is about black men. Different things about black men. How black men react. How black men do things, how black men are great fathers. Some of them are...
How black men don't cheat.
No. We don't. We don't.
I'm just playing.
You know it.
Y'all know I'm playing. Okay.
Tell them. Black men, we do not cheat.
When they stop cheating?
In the 20s. 1920s?
They have like 4 extra T's on the end of that. But no.
I mean, that's it goes both ways when it can be, but I mean,
we're talking about our black kings, all of this melanin that is blackness. Donnie Hathaway said to be young, gifted, and black. Okay.
The love of a black man.
But today we are talking about the things that are not so pretty. So we're just gonna jump right into it.
We got some rough things about black men. Like I'm gonna use for one thing is like some fathers. Like a lot of men. We got some men that are daddies and some men that are fathers.
So what's the difference?
So to me, a daddy is just somebody just you have a baby with a woman and you're a daddy of that child. But a father is one who sticks around, does his part, does what he's supposed to do as a father, as a man. Anybody can be a daddy, but everybody can't be no father.
I would agree with that. I would. Because I really feel like not having a father breeds toxicity in a male. I really do. Like a man needs his father.
I want to use, for example, me growing up. So I didn't have my father, actually my biological father with me every day. Like he came on weekends, he came on holidays, he came on certain occasions. Right. And sometimes the occasion when he said he would come, he did not show up. So hey.
So how did that affect you? So really you were fatherless. Do you think it impacted you in any way?
Yes, it does, with a woman. How to communicate with a woman the right way, how to do things as a father. Like, you know what I mean? I learned off what I seen. What I seen what a man was doing, my stepfather or a friend of mine or somebody that I looked up to. That's how I learned how to treat a woman, how to be the father, how to do certain things. Because I had a stepfather. Now, he was a good father. He was a good father to me as a role, but I mean, I wanted my father is because I knew who he was. So I would be at a football game. I'm gonna use an example.
Okay.
I would be at a football game, and I mean, I played a lot of sports when I was young. I played basketball, football.
But don't forget you was in the choir.
I was in choir in church.
He was in the choir, y'all.
So look though, so I did a lot of sports when I was young. So I recall a time where I would hear people say, they father and they say, go son, but I never would hear my dad say anything.
Yeah, that's damaging.
And I was like, dang, I mean, why my daddy can't never come to a game? I mean, I said it right. Why my daddy can never come to a game? Because I noticed I ain't say father. But why my daddy never come to a game? And why I never see him when it's time for me to go run the ball, or I score a touchdown, or I score a point or anything. I mean, that kind of hurt at the moment. But I mean, when I got older, I mean, I learned how can I say it? Forgive my father for what was going on. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, some days he did work, but I mean, some days he did neglect me. But I promised my children, because I have 2 kids myself, I promised my kids that I would not be the father to them that my father was to me.
It's really sad that you have to go to those lengths. Like, I'm not gonna be this guy, but how many mistakes you make? Like, I mean, I
didn't have nobody to push me in the corner and be like, hey boy, this is not the way to do this. My uncle did. Now don't get me wrong, I had an uncle. I had
shout out to all uncles, taking daddy places. I had
a few things that he did teach me, but as far as my father to give me the guidance and the strength, when my father came around, I was already doing a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. So he tried to come and tell me that I shouldn't do, and I was already in the path of doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. So I mean, it was kind of too late, but it wasn't late. You know what I mean? I kind of still listened, but I still wanted to make my own decisions, my own choices. So that's what I did. But I mean, I'm not downgrading my father. Don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, he's a great dude, but at the same time,
he wasn't there.
Hey, amen. Sorry,
I didn't have a father in my life until I was 14.
It's in the black community a lot.
Yeah, though. It is. And just, I mean, for men, to me, not having a father around, I mean, especially, shout out Houston. In Houston, men who don't have fathers for the most part, like where we come from, you're talking about, your impoverished communities like 3rd Ward, like 5th Ward, like the Southwest, like, the South Side. Most of them, they overglorify their mother.
So let me use, for example, what they used to do back when I was I'm gonna say the early 80s. Yes, the early 80s. So they had the thing where if your mother was
when you was born
81. Watch out now. So they had this thing where back in when I was born, your mother, if when she was on any kind of government assistance, your father could not be in the same household. So basically, they made the father leave out the household, and the mother had to just use government assistance to take care of the kids or whatever. And a lot of things, I mean, that pushes father away from their child to learn the things that we needed to learn when we was young.
But why would, if a father wanted to be around, why in the world?
You need government, because a lot of women was pushing towards that though. Oh, we need a food stamp. We can't just do everything on our own. A father wasn't making a great amount of money if you wasn't just in a great field of work. You know what I mean? The father was just making minimum wage or some money, so that wasn't taking care of the household the way it should be.
But we're talking 80s. We're talking extreme affordability on minimum wage.
I mean, sometimes it still wasn't enough.
I'm just, I really feel, I feel like that's a cop out. I feel like that
it could be
super cop out.
Yeah, but some fathers wasn't.
I mean,
my father wasn't there at all. So at that moment,
I mean, not even black, not only black men, black women too. But
they lean to that though. Some of them lean to that. Like that's the only thing they want to do is depend on the government assistance to help them in the situation that they're in.
I mean, it became something when men were not being held accountable for making babies and leaving babies.
They was doing that a lot. They're still doing that.
They wouldn't have been able to push the agenda of welfare if men were staying in the homes. Because I mean, you got people that stayed together in the 60s, 70s. Welfare came out like 67, 64, 67, something like that. I'm saying people were still staying together.
Yes.
And you had someone that was like, okay, you're not going to do what you want to do. Now I have this welfare option. Well, I can take care of my kids, and I'm not sleeping under a bridge or being in my mama's house with, 5 or 10 other people. I'm just saying it was much different. But, I mean, that's one thing. But let's talk about the emotional intelligence that men don't develop when their fathers are not around. They have a problem with rejection because they feel like, why my daddy didn't stay? Why my daddy don't love me? you know, it like you said, it makes it
It's
hard.
painful though.
It is.
I mean, that's painful.
It's a pain that carries. It don't even. A lot of men don't even know.
Can you carry that to the next to your child
You have a
and so
rejection
on?
issue.
Yeah, it's like a what do you call it? Like a generational curse.
Yep.
You put that on your child.
Yep.
So since my father wasn't there, like I mean, you just like tell your child, oh well, don't do this or don't do that, just because you didn't have that kind of love. You know what I mean? So now you put the same thing on your own kid. So let's go to a question right first. Father figures then versus now. Like I mean, what's the difference?
I feel like father figures back in the day who actually stayed around, they taught their sons how to be man's man.
Yes, I
like,
agree.
They taught work with
Work
your
ethic,
hands,
yes.
take care of your woman, make sure she's this, she's that. And don't get me wrong, even if they saw them doing the wrong thing, they still that's with father substitutes.
Yes.
That's with uncles and barbers and godfathers and, you know, just older men who like, man, let me tell you something, son. They just always wanted to give you the opportunity that they didn't have to get a head start in life, even if it wasn't your father. But the fathers were trying to help them make sure, like, look, life can be easy. Just do this, this, and this.
So now, what's going on now with the
I'm
fathers?
just saying, I mean, the father figures, they partners. I'm come sit with you, chill with
I
you.
heard a little dude. It's a dude that rap from the Southwest right now. His name's Ski Taste. He say,
shout out, hey, that is my dog, okay?
He said in the song, Poopy grew up with each other, so we like brothers. Like him and his son, they grew up with each other.
Because
so they're like brothers, yes.
Right,
like he was a baby. He was a baby raising a baby. So it's like they grew up with each other.
That's true. That's true. But the impacts, the
it's
effects of it,
friendship more than father figures.
Exactly, because it's like, okay, at some point you have to separate where my responsibilities and my obligation to you. My obligation to you is not to be your friend. I don't have to understand what you're going through because I've been there. I've been 5, 10 times.
Right on.
5, 4 times, 3 times, whatever. So, I mean, I really feel like they do a disservice when you treat them like friends. No, because I honestly feel like this is just me. The order goes male, son, husband, father. But when you don't have a father around, you know, the mama gets, you know, the mama gets super glorified and she be trying. The mama want to raise a man as soon as the daddy leave.
She plays both parts.
As soon as the daddy leave, the mama decides she's gonna make him a man. He got to skip childhood. He don't get to make mistakes that a child would get to make because now he's got responsibilities and the consequences don't even match probably the infraction that he incurred. Like, why he can't make a mistake? Because you frustrated? Because you chose wrong? I'm just saying.
So, you know, a lot of, like I said, a lot of fathers, a lot of mothers are doing both parts. They're raising, I agree. Because I'm going to use, for example, for Father's Day, I give my mother a gift. Still, you know what I mean? To this day, like, she did both parts. She played the mother and the father. So, to this day, still, a lot of mothers are playing the father roles. You know what I mean? They doing the in and out. They're teaching their kids how to be, which you really can't teach a boy how to be a man.
Absolutely.
But it's still being a way of taught. Like, are they asking a random guy or somebody that they meet, hey, brother, can teach my son how to do such and such, such and such? Like that ain't his role. But at the same time, like from how it goes now, a lot of fathers are either incarcerated or
chose to walk away. I don't want nothing to do with that.
They are
a side chick, this, that, and the third.
So, yes, they are. So.
It's a lot of factors that go into that. But a lot.
Right on, I agree.
I feel like, I had a mom who played both parts until my father came in the picture, that the man that I call my father, which I have a daddy too, but I'm
daddy.
I have a daddy too. I got here.
I used to be your daddy.
That was a very long time ago, Houston. Do not. Okay.
I'm just saying though.
Just saying. So
it was a topic.
It's a lot of. That was not the topic. So there's a lot of stuff goes into that. Honor your mother if she, did the back-breaking work, but don't over glorify her because some moms just stayed because the welfare was good. Like they were the ones that just got stuck with the child, so to say. Like some of the mothers don't even deserve over glorification. Like, what did you do? You damaged all of your children. What did you do? So I feel like that's something that doesn't get talked about enough.
No, I don't. But it happens though on a day-to-day basis too. Still. So, because like I said, it's just a lot of absent fathers in the world.
A lot. But you know what? Shout out to the the millennial fathers, because the millennial fathers are sticking around. He is a millennial, okay? So yeah, they sticking around.
I take care of mine.
They making the mistakes, but they trying to come on.
Might not be the greatest father, but I still do a good job.
You do alright. You do alright.
I love my children.
I know he loves his children.
Yes, I do. I love your children.
Okay.
I really do.
Thank you for loving my children. My name is kids.
I really do. I love your children.
My name is kids.
So you know what I mean? Hey, I love kids. Should I say that?
You know what? I think that might be a fair statement.
Yes, I love
he
kids.
loves everybody kids. He loves Houston kids. Okay, we gotta make that hashtag. Hashtag Houston kids. Right? He everybody daddy. He is everybody daddy. Okay, you need a daddy. You know,
whoa!
Follow us
no,
on
not
YouTube.
A daddy, not a daddy.
Go follow us on
you need
TikTok.
A father. You need a father. Come on.
I'm just saying. So, expression with all of these issues that black men tend to pick up, and don't get me wrong, a lot of it is not their fault. They wasn't taught it. But do you think they are able to express themselves freely?
I mean, a lot of men do not want to because they feel like it's just gonna be like well, I mean, I ain't gonna say that. They're just shy of it, or they just scared to even do it because they don't want to express themselves as much.
Why? Watch this.
I mean, they don't want to. They just don't want to do it.
Let me tell you why. Because that's weak shit.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's weak shit. I mean, because you have vulnerable men out here.
No, I'm saying because that's what's been taught. It's weak.
I mean, masculine, y'all. You got to be strong.
Don't cry.
You can't show that.
Bring
but I
home
mean,
the
but that's just a man that's going off of listening to people.
Right, because
fatherless, but the right way.
Because if that's an effect of not having a father or having a father that didn't have a father. So they're not going to teach you that. No, son, you got to cry. When it come up, let it come out.
Right on.
So I don't feel like they're able to freely express themselves for fear of, and then social media too. My God.
Yes, it took the great father out. That's why I say everybody lives off what they see now. It ain't about you got to be a great father in the household. It's like whatever I can see or whatever I see they doing. That's what it does.
If, because it's not a lot of people who are willing to be vulnerable. But if he wanted to be vulnerable and just say you linked up with the wrong person and she screenshot that crap and put it on, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not able to freely express yourself because if you don't feel, if you felt vulnerable enough in a moment and then it becomes public for the world to see, now you feel played.
I mean, you shouldn't feel played.
Because it's not common.
You shouldn't feel played because you're showing who you are. Like that's just who you are as a person. So if you gotta cry, if you gotta be emotional about anything,
because a lot of them out here faking and shaking, and you don't know they running behind people. So just be real. Like it's okay.
Send them to jail. I bet they cry. Put them in the wall where they can't, where there's nobody in there but them. I'm not saying I put him in jail. See, I'm just saying
he is playing.
If they in jail, I guarantee they crying. When you feel a certain way, I mean, you should express how you feel. I don't think just don't try to hold it in, trying to be macho man, Randy Savage. You can't be him.
But is there anybody that like back in the day, you may have had grandmama or granddaddy or something? Is there a space created where I can just be real with my partner and my partner not gonna judge me?
Just they just tell you, say it with your chest.
I'm not.
I'm just saying, that's what they say.
So that's why men don't feel free to express themselves, because your partner gonna tell you to say it with your chest. You don't want to be the reason for anybody's mental instability because I trusted you, and then so I really feel like ladies, we have. You know what? I'm not blaming y'all. I'm not blaming us at all. But just try to gauge a man, because a lot of them are very, very, very emotional, and I don't care what they tell you. Very emotional.
Can I ask you something?
Nope.
Oh man. So what are your thoughts on being raised by a single parent?
I feel like single parents ought to go, and they are for men who have their shit together. Do not approach a single mom in a dating scenario if you ain't ready for what come with that.
Yes.
Single moms do not get the credit that they deserve, especially raising young black men. They just don't. They don't get the credit they deserve.
Single parents are very well respected to me. In my book, that's the top notch of anything. Because at the end of the day, like if you able to take care of numerous of children by yourself, that's just a GOAT status all day long.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but they get a lot of backlash.
I mean, that's
they get a lot of backlash because let me go ahead and say this, and you back me up, all right?
I mean,
mafioso is for the people of Houston by the people of Houston, right, and when I say Houston, I mean A-Sign. Whatever that means to you, that's what it means to us. So we just want to bring the topics that don't get an opportunity to be talked about at the dinner table on Thanksgiving.
Or at the barbershop.
To the table. At the barbershop no more. You know, it's only one person there. You know, you got to make an appointment and it's $500.
Oh, man. You can't talk that much. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you don't know him like that. You just need a haircut because your barber stopped cutting hair because everybody quit going to him. You know, things have changed and it's just time to talk about it. Like, it's okay. This is a safe space for...
It's like how much I spend for a haircut now. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, it used to be like I go in there and spend like $25 or $20 for a haircut. I mean, if I tell you guys how much I spend for a haircut now, it would be ridiculous. $175.
And you too.
$175
and
for a haircut. For a haircut and a beard. To trim my beard, to do my haircut. And I have hair. You ain't doing it but edging me up, taping me, and doing my beard for $175.
I mean, that's.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. The guy is very well
that
put together. I mean, right on. It's just like
men want to be pretty. They want to be pretty. Just
I ain't gonna
like
say
you.
that. You want to be. I mean,
he gets facials. You
I
know,
do get facials.
In his big old
Look at my
age,
skin.
he's deciding to take care of himself now. So I'm saying, men, get you a facial, get you a pedicure, take care of yourself.
Supposed to.
But leave the lace fronts to the ladies.
Yes. Like, and the purses.
You know what? I can't say that because I'm just saying,
man. The purses?
Coach has some really nice.
For man? For man. You saying
we're moving on. We're not doing this.
Oh man.
So
let's go. Oh,
listen.
That is a conversation though. Come on now, man. Come on. Okay, guys. Let me say, guys, for real, guys. There's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with just carrying whatever you're gonna carry. Get a backpack, sir. Please.
You can wear a man bag if you want a man bag. Okay. So you out here looking all young and everything. Okay, so for the youngsters and his generation, which is my generation.
80s babies. I'm 80s babies.
You're a millennial.
My kids.
No, your kids are Gen Zs.
Oh damn, you schooling me now. Come on, baby. Come on. School me now.
Well, what's your thoughts on child support? Since single mothers was they was forced.
Because I've been through that.
I don't think
before.
It's a broke hustle. I really don't.
I've been through that before. Let me use for example. Okay, like look, if a man is literally taking care of his child, like doing whatever he got to do for his seed. If he doing for what he supposed to do for his seed, there shouldn't be no child support. Some women put child support on man just because she don't feel right about the man.
Yeah, it can be a bitter woman too.
The man not doing what she wanted to do at that moment. That's not right. I think they should do more investigation. More investigating on that before you just put a man on child support.
What you gotta invest? You already said so.
Because some men, like, okay, I'm using me for example. I got put on child support, which I got took back off. But I'm saying I got put on child support just because my child's mother was mad at me. And I was taking, me and my daughter lived with me. I took care of my daughter every day of the day, every day on the day, every hour on the hour, every minute on a minute. I took care of my child. So I didn't understand why I was getting put on child support just because you're upset because I didn't give you what you wanted. That's not right. That's why I say it should be more of an investigation. Now you should bring the child in. One thing they should do. Well, this is something that can be happening. You can bring the child in and ask the child. The child is of age to know a little bit of something. To ask the child, how's the relationship with you and your father, or how's the relationship with you and your mother? You know what I mean? And the child could be able to tell the court or whoever it is,
but they're
try to make it better.
Depending on how old they are, depending on how old you do have a point.
That's
to
why
a certain
age.
Yes. So if they're in their teens or something like that,
they can tell. Yeah, they can kind of give an insight.
When we started talking, the mother of my child don't want to be with me. I ain't doing nothing. Okay, we need to go see. We need to go downtown. We need to go 2626 and see these people and talk to them and let them know, like, your child requires lights. When I bought a pair.
That's Canal Street.
When I bought a pair of shoes, I didn't buy one shoe. I bought a pair of shoes. I didn't buy one slice of pizza. I bought a whole pizza. So I mean, some men just kind of get it messed up, thinking that I only gonna when they need something. No. They need something every day of the week. They don't eat air. It's hot in Texas. They need AC. That's electricity. They need running water. They need to wash their behinds. They gotta go to school. So these occasional birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, and school clothes that you helping with, no.
So I would say like by a man making like with the man making the money. I mean the woman getting the child support. Sometimes that money that man sends over there from his check is not enough money to take care of that child. A lot of times. So I mean like. A man needs to, when a child comes with him, a man needs to like take care of his child more, give more to his child when he's with the woman, when he's with his child.
Wait. So you, hold on, I'm trying to cut you off, but I am trying to cut you off. I'm just saying. So are you saying, because a lot of men feel like what I give, make that shit work?
No, that's not good because I mean it make it work if you work in your household. But I mean, but that still ain't gonna take care of that child enough because I mean, like I said, okay, some men check come out of something come out of man check. It might be $175. It can't last a child for a whole month.
I mean, it's paid how he's paid. So if it's $175 a month, that means you probably get like $80, and then the state gotta take their cut, so you probably get like $42. So I'm just saying, but men, they see one number because what they take from them. And this is just, me stepping up for the men who pay a lot and don't know that the state is going to take a cut of that. And if she is on welfare, they're gonna take a cut from you that she ain't even gonna see. So you're gonna be charging her up, and she don't even have all your money because the state like, okay, well somebody gotta pay us. So I mean, it's a lot that goes into child support. So it would just be easier to do what you're supposed to do
for your child
from the beginning. It's costly, but what do you think she is enduring when you're not around?
But I think they should just, like I said, investigate it more. Do a lot more investigation. Yeah. But I want to step on another topic that we have. So I remember back like a year ago when it was on social media, they went viral for this couple or whatever, a man and a woman. And the guy, like, he has a baby with a woman, and she had like I think 4 other kids besides his child. So
4 other kids?
Yeah, she had 4 other kids. I think 4 other kids besides his child, or 3 other kids. It might have been 4 or 3. I'm not for sure, but I know it was something like that. But at the same time, the guy brought his child something to eat to her house with her other 4 kids, her other 3 or 4 kids there.
Oh, that's the way you said it ended up being fake.
Yes, it was not. It was not a real story. But
it's a good point.
They just went viral for a moment, which they did a great job at it because it got the world talking a whole lot. So,
and I'm gonna still talk about it.
I'm gonna use for example. So, if I have a child, if me and you have a child, and you have 3 other kids besides my child, I'm not gonna come to your house and just bring food for my child and not for your other kids if your other kids haven't eaten. Because I know for sure, if your other kids eating, my child eating as well. Right. So I'm not going to come bring no food just for one child and knowing that you have 3 kids now. I say this right here. If I come get my child and take my child, me and my child go eat, I'm still going to call. I still would call though. This is just me. I don't know about any other father. Yeah, I don't know about any other man, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to get me and my child going to go eat somewhere and knowing your children still haven't eaten. I'm still, if I gotta bring your kids something back to eat, I would do that. But I'm not gonna just go get something for me and my child and let your other kids starve. That is just a poor excuse of any man. Excuse me if y'all feel offended or whatever.
We don't care if we offend you, cause
that is poor excuse of a man.
For telling the truth.
If a man, if you don't look at, I'm not saying you're obligated, but at the same time, don't feed your child and there's other kids in that house as well that need to eat. That's just it. That's just poor.
Agreed. If you just absolutely cannot afford to take on those other 3 kids in that moment, then yeah, pick your child up, take them somewhere, make sure y'all are done. You don't want the other kids. That creates sibling. That's a rabbit hole. That is a rabbit hole of things. Oh, my dad did this, and especially if there are different fathers. For all the children, or a couple of different,
Because sure enough, when that child gets back home, his brothers, his siblings might ask him, "Hey, where you and your daddy went?" Oh, we went and ate at Papado's.
I asked.
Yeah, we went and ate at Papado's. And we're like, "Man, the other kids, Mama, we ain't get nothing to eat, Mama." Come on, man. Come on, man. Seriously, please don't do that. And you ain't gotta get the other kids Pablos, but I mean, if they have to eat anything. Just, I mean, even if you just
unless
have
it's
that
like a
get
weekend or something, you know, you don't want to put
take your child with
you
you.
don't want to put the pressure on the man to feel like, okay, well, I have 3 other kids besides your kid, you need to feed all my kids. No, that is not what we are saying. We are saying, do not do it in such a manner that it will create a sibling rivalry between the children.
Yes.
You know,
Take your child with you for like you
take
said,
your
for a
child with you.
weekend.
Bring them out.
Yeah, for a weekend.
And if you want your child to have something different than what the mom may be having that night, go take them some lunch to school. Take them some lunch to school. Go let all the teachers see that you are an active father and you come to have lunch with your child. Just not this week because, like I said, they are recessing this week. So you know, they no visitors, no outside visitors.
So I'm gonna use for example. If it was me, though, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. Let me take that back. I'm not finna let those other kids starve. It's just not me. It's not in my blood. It's not in my DNA.
We're not gonna put that out there like you need to take care of somebody else's child. If you are not committed to that woman and you just don't feel like you want to help her for your, you know, hey, take care of your own child.
So you know what? I'm gonna say this. So with that being said, don't be no fatherless child. Make sure you take care of your children.
I'm hungry,
I'm very so myself.
But we finna go eat. Okay, it might not be barbecue. What we having today?
Sandwiches.
Oh, shout out Remo's. If y'all are on the Southwest,
hey,
please go get y'all something to eat from Remo's.
That's one of my favorite spots. It's called Remo's on Fungent in the Beltway.
And it's family owned and operated. And man, let me tell you,
black people at that. hey. REMOS. Remo's. Very good food.
Y'all make sure y'all catch the game tonight. We finna go eat. So this has been Mafioso Houston. We will be checking back in with y'all periodically. I'm your girl Santana Fang.
And I'm Ruzilla.
We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, man.